Hello, I'm Mark Hammett, minister of the Weber Road Church of Christ in Corpus Christi, Texas, and I'm very glad that you're joining me for this devotional and Bible reading, and hope that you'll turn to Lamentation 3. Lamentation 3. It's in the Old Testament, and that's where our reading will come from in just a few moments. One of the things we'd like to offer you as you find that verse at the Weber Road Church of Christ is a free Bible correspondence course by mail. And if you would like to receive that Bible correspondence course, to which when you receive it, you can fill that out using your own Bible on your own time, mail it back to us, and then we will mail you another course that you can study the Bible again with your own Bible on your own time. And we have many of those courses that are available. It's a great way to learn from God's Word. Just contact us at the Weber Road Church of Christ office, wherever you might live, and we will mail that to you free of charge. And we hope that you'll take advantage of that way to study the Bible. Again, leave us your name, your full address, including your zip code and apartment number if you have one. And then again, we will make sure that you receive that free Bible correspondence course by mail. I got back from vacation a couple of weeks ago, and on that vacation, we had our daughter and her two children, our two grandchildren with us. We were visiting my son and our granddaughter in Missouri. And one day at his house, we were getting ready to go outside to play. My granddaughter, she's only about 2.5, almost 3 years old. She was already outside in the backyard playing with her toys. And our little grandson, he's about 2.5 years old. He was ready to go outside. He loves it outside, like most little children do. Well, the back patio door, sliding glass door, was left open. And there's about 5 steps leading to the backyard going down, and they were cement steps. Of course, our little grandson went to, as he usually does, go up to the patio door and push on it with his hands. But there was no glass. He didn't know that. It was glass, and he's 2.5 years old. And I saw the whole thing and couldn't get to him because as soon as he went to touch that glass, there he went, tumbling down the 5 stairs that were cement. Fortunately, he didn't hit his head. Fortunately, he just had a couple of bruises, nothing serious. He cried for a little while. I think it startled him more than anything. Made me nervous and his grandmother nervous and his mother nervous about what had happened. But again, he thought there was glass there, but it wasn't. You know, I think about that and how scared I was as a grandparent, wondering if he had hurt himself at first. And you wonder how many people in life spiritually trust in something that is not there. And again, how many people in the world today have a false sense of faith in something, whatever that might be. And it could be something they possess and own. Could be in another individual, a man or woman. It could be in some false religion that is out there. But again, essentially, spiritually speaking, they go to lean up against that thing that they want to lean on, but eventually they find that it's just air. There's nothing there at all. Well, I'm here to encourage you to lean and trust in God, because we know that God is faithful. He is always there for us, to protect us, for us to lean on, and to help us not to get hurt spiritually. We're going to go ahead and read from Lamentation 3. I'll read a few verses here as time permits, and you can go ahead and read the rest of this on your own. In Lamentation 3, he says, I am the man who has seen affliction under the rod of his wrath. He has driven and brought me into darkness without any light. Surely against me he turns his hand again and again the whole day long. He has made my flesh and my skin waste away. He has broken my bones. He has besieged and enveloped me with bitterness and tribulation. He has made me dwell in darkness like the dead of long ago. He has walled me about so that I cannot escape. He has made my chains heavy. Though I call and cry for help, he shuts out my prayer. He has blocked my ways with blocks of stones, and he has made my paths crooked. He is a bear lying in wait for me, a lion in hiding. He turned aside my steps and tore me into pieces. He has made me desolate. He bent his bow and set me as a target for his arrow. He drove into my kidneys the arrows of his quiver. I have become the laughing stock of all the peoples, the object of their taunts all day long. He has filled me with bitterness and has sated me with wormwood. He has made my teeth grind on gravel and made me cower in ashes. My soul is bereft in peace. I have forgotten what happiness is. And so I say, my endurance is perished, so has my hope from the Lord. Remember my affliction and my wanderings, the wormwood and the gall. My soul continually remembers it and is bowed down within me. But this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in Him. The Lord is good to those who wait for Him, to the soul who seeks Him. It is good one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. For it is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. Let him sit alone in silence when it is laid on him. Let him put his mouth in the dust. There may yet be hope. Let him give his cheek to the one who strikes, and let him be filled with insults. For the Lord will not cast off forever, but though he cause grief, He will have compassion, according to the abundance of His steadfast love. For He does not afflict from His heart or grieve the children of men, to crush underfoot all the prisoners of the earth, to deny a man justice in the most presence of the Most High, to subvert a man in his lawsuit. The Lord does not approve. Who has spoken? And it came to pass, unless the Lord has commanded it. It is not from the mouth of the Most High that good and bad come. Why should a living man complain, a man about the punishment of his sins? Let us test and examine our ways and return to the Lord. Let us lift up our hearts and hands to God in heaven. We have transgressed and rebelled, and you have not forgiven. And we're going to quit there for time's sake. And I would encourage you to continue to read from Lamentation 3, because it is a great chapter that speaks of the faithfulness of God and how many people, again, are trusting in something that is not there, when we can trust in God, who we know is always there. And may the Lord bless you richly as you seek to follow His will.